Hello, and now we've arrived at the third Sunday of Advent. If someone were to ask you upon leaving church today what the message of the liturgy was, you would be right if you just said, "Be happy," because we are summoned to rejoice in God. The Lord invites us to drink from the wellspring of joy because Christmas is near. That joy, we know, is Jesus himself. Joy to the world, we sing in that beautiful Christmas hymn. Therefore, today's liturgy serves as a kind of break in this season of penance, when we recall the hope we have because the Lord's coming is at hand. You'll notice today in some churches the change in the 4 candles. The third candle is often what people refer to as the pink candle, but somehow it sounds nicer to call it the rose candle. So today we have the rose candle because it is a sign of rejoicing. The reason that the rose is such a special colour, of course, is because it emphasises the main message of Advent, which is hope. If you've ever been up early before the sun rises and you see the sun rising, especially in the sea or over an open space, you will see that the clouds, and the first thing you normally see are the clouds, they are filled with the colour of a rose. And so rose reminds us of the dawning of a new day. And for Christians, it's the new dawning of a new life. We have some very important work to do, and that is perhaps to begin to understand the real meaning of Advent and why we are here today and why we rejoice with great joy. We do not rejoice simply because Christmas is coming and we celebrate a feast that took place in time. We do celebrate that, and it is right that we should, but we are celebrating something else. As St. Paul tells us, we rejoice in the Lord always. In the Lord we rejoice. We rejoice in the presence of God himself, his Son, one day with us, day in, day out. This is why we rejoice. The first step to become happy in the Lord is to give up sin, so that we can live a life of grace in the Lord. In the Gospel today, 3 times people asked John the Baptist, "What should we do?" Each time he told them to give up something or not to be greedy. Our journey of conversion is a journey from wanting and from being greedy and possessive. It's teaching us to become unselfish. That was the journey John the Baptist asked his hearers to make, and the journey that we are challenged to make this Advent, so that we will have true joy and happiness to celebrate at Christmas, rather than just Santa Claus is coming into town. The Lord wills us to be happy. Since the day we were baptized, we are sons and daughters of God. We could say that the words of our first reading in Zephaniah were fulfilled in the lives of each one of us the day we were baptized. There is an idea prevalent now that religion hinders our freedom, that religion cramps our lifestyle. It's an oppressive force, many say. But properly understood, our faith in God is truly a liberating force. It liberates us from unhappiness and helps us to find our joy in the Lord. But are there people who are not happy? Yes, there are many people who are not happy. Pope Francis once said that there are many Christians whose lives look like Lent without Easter. They are always sad, sorrowful, gloomy and pessimistic. They find no reason at all to be happy. While we cannot dismiss their reasons for being unhappy, today God addresses himself to such people. He invites them at least to find one reason to be happy. Jesus, our Redeemer, is coming. Jesus is the source of our joy. And as such, we listen again to Pope Francis, who says that a Christian should not look like someone who has just returned from a funeral.